Caleb, congratulations. Sensational putting pen to paper. You must be thrilled.
Yeah, I am. It's great to have a young group stick together a fair bit. Dunks as well signing, and we got the likes of Naughty and Bonty and that who have committed recently, and for the future of the footy club, it's great.
And just yourself, where do you see you growing as a player? Obviously, you'd be happy with this year.
It's been good. I probably had a little bit of a down day on the weekend, a couple of turnovers that probably cost the team a little bit, but it's all learning. We're all still young and we've got to gel together. So I suppose personally, probably still that attack on the footy in the air and things like that. Being a smaller player, you've got to be able to minimise opposition's impact against you. So just being able to do that on a more regular basis is probably something that I've got to continue to improve on.
How's the helmet going?
Yeah, it's all in one piece. So
it got fixed at it.
Yeah, it all got fixed at the middle way through last year. Yeah, it's all good.
Apart from the safety and the obvious, why do you feel, put it this way, naked without a helmet?
I'm not too sure. I've actually never trained with it really. It's sort of a game day thing, but I've always played with it ever since I was probably 6 or 7. Since making the move over from Queensland to Adelaide and starting to play some footy. So Mum sort of made me chuck it on in the younger years, and it sort of just became like putting in a mouth guard and things like that. So it's pretty much just a game day thing, and if it's working, it works. If people don't like it, then it's all right.
Do you think other mothers should get their young lads to wear one?
I think it's personal preference. I think if kids want to wear it, don't feel embarrassed or anything like that. I think chuck it on and don it and be proud. But if you don't like wearing it, you don't have to. I think if you feel comfortable going in and attacking the footy as hard as you can without it, then go for your life.
Talk about how this young group's learning. You've started to, so you're in that half-back role for a while now. Are you starting to feel comfortable in that position?
Yeah, definitely. I think throughout the pre-season I spent a lot of time down there and was playing with Moz and Naughty and Zane Cordy and things like that. People who have established themselves as backmen for a fair while now. So it's nice to be able to learn from them and get some insights off them, as well as JJ and Matty Suckling, Hayden Crozier, the likes of the high half-backs that use the footy well. So being down there throughout the pre-season really taught me a few things, and being able to implement them during games has been great.
Do you feel like you're having more of an impact now than what you were when you're up forward?
I'm not too sure. It's hard to say. As a forward, you're probably getting 15 touches, and it's probably a really, really good day. So, it's hard to say. If you're setting up the ball and setting our forward thrusts, as a backman, and we're able to score off them, then you're probably having a big impact. Whereas a forward, you have, like I said, you're 10, you're 15, you might have a hand in 5 or so. So it's probably, you got to weigh it up in different ways.
Last time you played Collingwood, 3 quarters, you're in it. It's going to actually change the approach to the game this weekend.
We played some pretty good footy against Collingwood last time we played them. So I think we just got to instill it for 4 quarters. We probably lacked that throughout the whole year, even in some games that we've won. So I suppose putting it out there for 4 quarters and doing what we know we can do as a team, and what we know can beat Collingwood for the 4 quarters.
How hard is it to cover the likes of Libba?
There's some great young kids coming through the VFL at the moment. I think Riley West has been playing some really good footy, as well as a couple of other inside mids. So, it's a massive downer having Libba out for a couple of weeks. It's not much, but there's guys that are ready to step up and are playing some really good footy. So that's a massive positive.
Just on the Carlton game, talking about it afterwards and done the review, did you take pleasure out of the fact that you were able to hang on in the end the way Carlton surged, or did you feel like you should have closed the game earlier?
Yeah, we took pleasure out of it, but it was one of those ones that shouldn't have even really got to that point. So I think within review, we're obviously happy to get the win, but there's so many points where we could have really put the nail in the coffin, or stopped their run earlier and things like that. So like I said, it's a pretty young group. Those games are really good for us to know that we can hang on in tight situations, and we can still get those wins, those gritty wins. So it was great, but there were so many improvables, especially in that last 10 minutes.
I suppose against a side like Collingwood, you don't get those second chances, do you?
You probably don't, but honestly, Carlton came out in that last 5 minutes, and I think they would have put it up to anyone. They really came out to play, and they killed us in that last 5 minutes. So to hang on, probably within 2 minutes they were still they could have kicked a goal and things like that. So to be able to defend for the last 2 minutes and hold on to the footy and get the gritty win, like I said, is a positive.
Just passing the halfway point of the season, obviously, and sitting just outside the 8. What's a pass mark for the group, do you think, from here?
Well, I'm not too sure. I think we've got to, like I've said before, play 4 quarters more continuously and be able to do that for more games during the year. I suppose even if we don't win them, it's sort of the way that we go about it. It's not falling out. We've been in a lot of games this year and we've fallen away for a quarter, and that's cost us, or we've fallen away for half a quarter. So it's probably just playing those full 4 quarters for more games during the year, and that comes with experience, and the experience will actually get us there. So I don't know, I can't really put a pass mark on it, but we're striving to play finals, and we're trying to win every game that we can. So that's it.